Good morning, y'all. I'm just hanging out on the Japolo River looking for shark teeth. And I found this cool lure that I know my mom will love. So I just gotta get my hands on it. Trying not to slip and fall in. Got electronics in my pocket. Oh, look at that. That's a good find, I'd say. Plus we're getting the plastic out of here. Yes, yes. I have found a deer jawbone right in this area, and also heard many strange things at night. About to go to a familiar, that was a weird screech. Goofy birds. About to go to a familiar trail and leave some gifts before the big Browns game. Super excited. Happy Sunday, y'all. Good morning, everyone. I'm walking along the Japolo River, a familiar path of mine that I like to explore morning, afternoon, and even after midnight. We've had strange sounds, weird smells, and also splashing in the river when we're hanging out across over there. I haven't seen much foot travel through here, probably in the last 3 or 4 years. So it's a prime spot to come out here and research. I was looking for shark teeth earlier this morning. No fossils found, but I did find an awesome lure that I'll mix into this video somewhere. See tons of spider webs in the trees. It's awesome to see this place flourishing and alive. Looks like there's a little bit of disturbance in a path right here. Let's check it out. I have a blanket that BF Bud and Angie gifted to me and Tristan. And now, since it's getting a little colder here in the Panhandle at night, I'm gonna leave it for a gift for the people, our ancient ancestors. Heard some, not knocking, but chucking on the trees over there too. It's awesome to see this place come alive. This looks a little too small to be a Sasquatch, but it does open up back here. But there have been stories of little people and a headless ghost that is just looking for what is lost. But what have I found? Some awesome jars, some mason jar type. Looks like there's another one right here. Oh, jackpot. Dang, that is so awesome. There's a couple more over there. I knew it. I could read the path here. A couple bottles. A can. I'm looking for a year on the bottom. Looks like there's paper in there. It could be a message in a bottle, baby. Come and let me out. I'm gonna give all these to my mom. Maybe a couple of them to Wynette. They both love collecting glass. Oh, recycle US 36 88. Not sure, not sure. Oh man. I came to give a gift and I found a few as well. How cool. This is a perfect spot, man. I'm sure someone sat right here. The trail winds back towards the road right here. So it's perfect noise and static to provide these creatures with a little bit of cover. I see a leaning tree over there, and it kind of forms like a teepee. There's a bunch of arches here. Gateways, portals, the doors of perception. I think there's a reason why Jim Morrison studied at FSU his freshman year. I think there's a reason why I moved here and my path was laid out long ago. Another cool can. Looks like this used to be an old path, maybe. What an oasis, man. I come in the name of positivity. I also love the great Creator and honor Him with every breath and step. We are all descendants of Eve in Eden. You are the people. I am the naked little dirty people. But today I am clothed. But I came bearing gifts of fabric and gemstone. I hope that you can use them better than I can. I'm very happy to find all the jars and glass. I will gladly clean them up and repurpose them and honor these woods with them. You can feel an energy out here. And Florida's different, you know. Up in Oregon, Washington, you might have to hike a few miles to get into some dense terrain. But I'm not even a mile off the road and it gets thick. We're in the bush, the scrub, the woods. Like Chris Reinhardt says, get in the woods. Well, I'm in the woods, all right. Another awesome can. See, every path is meant to be walked. When I lose my keys and I have to go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom. I found my keys. Just came back this way and found this. 62 on the bottom. Nasty. I'm gonna have to leave these on the side, and then once I come back to my car, I'll get my bag. Some sharp trees back here, that's for sure. Quite the workout. Got my boots on, the long pants, because I know the snakes are bad right on this trail. But man, it's got me burning up. There's the hall. Very, very, very cool, man. I knew it. I saw it. That a little bit of disturbance was calling my name. I had to check it out, and it yielded results. Wow, so awesome. Another trail right here. That grass looks a little different. This would be a nice place to find a huge clump of hair. Looks like a little hangout spot for whatever was coming back here. It'd be cool to find a skull or something. My buddy Jason was in a cave around here and found human remains, but they were well over 100 years old, so they were probably Native American or mound builder. I've found artifacts around this area too, so there's definitely village and settlements. Just want to say a shout out to Tim T and Wynette for taking me out in the green swamp recently. We found hair. Wynette found an awesome walking stick that may have been left for her. There's some deer tracks right there. Tristan and Cameron from Hidden Relief. We went and saw Halloween the other night. Went to the graveyard, St. Luke's Episcopal Church, the famous colonial ghost. They'll be at my booth along with Flat Rock Booger in Pace, Florida next Sunday, 1 week from today. Super pumped. Hopefully Donnie Miller from Standing Goats Rescue, Kim and Rosie, hopefully they can all join too. There's going to be a Bigfoot call contest, a race, face painting, a bunch of stuff. It's going to be so awesome. Last night, I hung out with Jack McClellan, who's the director of Void Cat, also the co-director of Zillafoot, and Ethan Tremblay. He also goes by One Bound. He's an artist, and he did the music to Void Cat. He also was one of the main characters in Zillafoot. And he is former SWAT team, military, and we actually had an encounter at Chattahoochee when a tree got pushed down right by Ethan, the gardener, and I. It was chilling. I was excited, not very threatened, but the whole place gave me the heebie-jeebies, that's for dang sure. It's not too far from where Carolyn Bridges lives in Chattahoochee. We've all seen her episode on Finding Bigfoot with the oily smudge on her glass, and that's just the tip of the spear. There's so many encounters in that area because it's not far from Torreya State Park, where Stacy Brown got his thermal footage, and also where Donnie just had a face-to-face encounter a couple weeks ago. I had a huge boulder thrown behind me on one of the loop paths at Torreya, which I just, oh, there was a click-clack. Right on cue. But I took it as a warning, the rock being thrown. Another time, it was raining, getting dark, and we heard something wading through the creek. And wow, man, that one had me a little jarred. I got it on GoPro, and my reaction is filmed too. I'm a little stuttery with my words and stuff. I don't know, my bones were chilled, man. It was scary. Then recently when I was in Tennessee for the Squatch Out with Squatching Cowboy, Old Bear's Den, Manimal Research, Mogollon Monster, Blue Eyed Northern, Flat Rock, BF Bud, Jody Jubilek. She was actually a professor at my college, Bowling Green State University. And that's pretty cool that we met there and we were student teacher. Falcon up, baby. But Joe Parker was also there. He's awesome. Kind of just heard like a dog bark in the far distance. Yep. There are wild dog around here. I think some of the reports are dog men. There have been a couple fatalities, mostly older people. Dogs are vicious. But what I was getting at is when we were in Tennessee, we had a lot of good expeditions during the day and even night. But the last day, man, Tristan and I went for a little short hike, and Mogyan laughed at us for how short it was, but the storms were coming in. But Tristan got his spidey senses, and I was just not feeling it. I was having the rhetoric like, I ain't got time for this. Like, man, I was ready to get back in my tent. That's all I could say. But Tristan walked out there forward, and I stumbled over backwards. Lizard. What's up, buddy? Where you at? But we definitely felt something was near. And after a long day of old bears stories, talking about Sasquatch killing people, Dogman ripping people open, him putting down some Sasquatch, and even Daryl, you know, talking about shooting one 3 times and it just vanishing away. Then after hearing that Janice Carter was told by the Sasquatch that bear has put one down. Oh shit. The ribs fell out of my thing and I thought something was grabbing me on my ankle. I got these cooked ribs that I'm gonna gift Sasquatch. And that scared me a little bit. I'm scared myself with the heebie-jeebie stories. But that night we were ran out of the woods, and we felt like if we stayed out there and then the storm came, we might not have ever came back. But there was also a lot of mild fun stuff too. Blue-eyed and Flat Rock, they were having twigs and acorns and rocks being thrown off the cliff onto their tent. We heard some click-clacks. One group found a nest. The first night we heard a strange holler that could have been drunk people, but it also could have been some kind of wild man. Could have been a feral person as well. Seems to be a little disturbance here. I think that might be a good spot to leave the blanket. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm leaving this for you guys. We washed it recently, but feel free to run it through the river. You guys can use it as a doormat, a rag, TP, or something even better. I just wanted you to have it. And Owlman recommended it. They said you guys know Owlman. I don't know how much the word spreads, but we have mutual friends. I'm the countryman. I'm Connor. A couple of y'all have seen me up close, heard me from a distance, and probably felt me on another level. 'Cause I know I have. There's potions, mixtures, meditations, and vibrations that we could trade and collect to bring us closer. I hope you guys appreciate the offering. I'm gonna leave you a gemstone as well up here. You guys could trade that. The ribs will be a little farther up. I hope they're good. My mom made them with lots of love. What the heck? That's a weird sound. Some kind of vibration. Hopefully it was just a car from the distance, because it gave me kind of a stomach ache. There's barbed wire. Is that barbed wire? No, those are just really straight. I thought that was barbed wire. It looks like it. How'd this thing get out here? Must have been different days, man. That looks at a strange angle. A little bit of a twist. There used to be a lot of forks off of this area. But after Hurricane Michael, it's all changed. But it does open up in some pockets out here. I know there's caverns somewhere below our feet. The Mariana Caverns are famous with the tours. But there's a known cave system to locals around here. I don't want to stumble into it, but I want to stumble onto it. That was a cool moving lizard. A lot of people worry about being silent in the woods. If you're taking the approach that you're standing in a tree stand or a blind, silently trying to blend in, then heck yeah. But these are curious creatures and beings that if they've stayed in the shadows for this long, they know how to navigate through here without being detected. It's just a rare anomaly, an occurrence. When you stumble upon one. I have my casting supplies in the car, just in case I find a footprint. It's mostly sandy here, but the sand preserves the tracks too. I think it'll be a good spot to walk out the ribs right in the middle of that log and put it there. The food is sadly pretty damaged from the freezer, but I know that these creatures eat kitty litter, frozen porta potty dung, and raccoons and trash. So I think this meat will still be good for them. It'll be enough. We're going a little further, but on my hike back, I'm gonna be going live on TikTok. So I'm gonna have to turn the GoPro off. And I know my YouTube fam is gonna be like, oh my gosh. But hey guys, this is live and direct. So I hope you got the notifications on over on TikTok, because then you'll join me live. But I have a Dogman video that I uploaded a few days ago, and it got like 12,000 views in a few days. So I just want to try to keep the momentum going and talk about it on live, and also show the people here. I'm about to hit 20,000 followers on TikTok. So you can best believe my lives are jumping. And that's what it's all about, is just spreading the word and the knowledge. And I understand being critical and disproving stuff, but we can't get caught on the treadmill, chasing our tail. I'm gonna post some awesome videos today from my friend in the Appalachian Mountains, who's had a ton of encounters for the last 8 years. Oh, cardinal. That is awesome. That is a sign for me, man. I was wondering which way, but the cardinal leads. That's the Ohio State bird. I have artwork of the swamp thing and the cardinal too. So maybe this is really a sign. Sean Langley did that artwork as well. Ohio artist that we sell in the comic book store. And I just heard a rock clank or a tree smack over there. It's like the bird led me this way and the tree break wanted me to go that way. This is a truly magical place. A lizard just jumped. While we're walking and I'm talking, I want to introduce the idea that energy is never created nor destroyed. It has always existed. Coincidence is the only thing to never exist. That looks like a hunting blind. That looks like a building. All right, gotta be careful. This is a hunting area. I'm not gonna go too close to the blind, but I just want to get a better view of it. Coming through. Anyone back here? Oh. It might be trail cam. I'm not trying to steal. I'm not trying to destroy. Just investigating. Very cool spot. Impressive. They got a couple chairs up there and everything. I don't want to climb up there just for respect. Book top of duel. I thought that said some kind of message on there, but that's awesome. Some people are gonna be like, yeah, dummy, just a hunting blind. But isn't it magnificent when you make a discovery in the woods? My bones are tingling. I'm happy. It's a good morning. But no, max respect to those people, man. We'll go a little bit farther over here. So someone must be able to bring a car all the way back here from that way. They're up there watching. And the Chipola River leads into the Apalachicola River, which some of you guys might remember Apalachicola National Forest being on Bigfoot Odyssey with Kevin Saunders, where the female Bigfoot approached him, telepathically spoke to him, and then introduced him to her parents because she thought he was a good person. And the parents confirmed. So it's very interesting. But there's also been beds found and nests found in the Okalochnee. And plenty of other structures and encounters. This place really opens up once you get out here. I will definitely be returning with Cameron and Tristan very soon. Hopefully Jack, maybe a couple other homies and brodies. Yeah, it just goes on and on back here. It's good hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna go over to TikTok, continue down here for a little bit, and then turn around. Just because I don't have much equipment. Don't want to get turned around back here. Luckily they could see my car off the road, so it's there for a few days. Hopefully someone would make some calls. But I will see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out. I know I'll edit some more footage into this. I'm really enjoying the longer videos. I appreciate Donnie for lighting the fire up under me and helping me out with the equipment. I also wanted to just hit a bunch of people with facts and just straight knowledge and action all the time, but sometimes it's about the adventure, and we get to hang out and chat, and some people find some very crazy things in the background. I've had more than 25 screenshots sent to me. Dogmen, symbiotes, white yeti, black Sasquatch, shadow figures, skyfish, fairy, giants, 2 moons, a lot of crazy fun stuff. I think that's a plane way up there. Or wouldn't that be something if that's a UFO? It's really high up there. I hope the GoPro can pick it up. I'm gonna switch over to my phone just so I can zoom in. I will see you guys later. I think that's a plane, but if it darts away, that's a UFO, baby. Take it easy, guys. For tracks, because if there is something, I'm gonna see it. That kind of looks like a heel right there. That is interesting. I don't see any other part of the foot though. A lot of forest language. tons of deer and hog tracks, but no bear footprints yet. Oh man, that is like quicksand. Bunch more raccoon, deer, hog. That is a good sign. That is a great sign. If you don't pay attention out here, 100% get turned around. I got one camera going backwards, getting my back, and then one camera going forwards. A lot of Sasquatch and weird anomalies are captured through back cam because they're watching our eyes, they're watching what we're doing. They're not ready for something on our backpack. This is an awesome spot though. Luckily I have the boots, or else I'd be staying in the high ground, jumping tree to tree just like them. Hunting season is right around the corner, so the vibes are always a little different during this part of the year. Just trying not to slip or fall in a sinkhole. You guys should all check out Stacey Brown's movie with Les Stroud called The Pit, about a Florida sinkhole. The state of Florida wouldn't let him film in a cave or a hole, so his dad actually built like a mound and then a pit into that. He was a legend. He was the one who filmed the thermal footage at Torreya. Really changed the ball game for Florida. Going past that feces again. Very cool. Love when you can find something that's just a little out of the norm. You'll surprise yourself when you burst your bubble of comfort. Bunch of buzzards and vultures in the sky. I haven't smelled any, strange smells of rotten. Nothing here. So I don't know if they're waiting for me or they see something I don't. This is in the panhandle of Florida, along the Chipola River. Tons of sightings right here. And there's a cave system somewhere in the area. So beneath my feet, best believe there's some action going on right now. There's been Native American villages, awesome other discoveries just in this area. There's also a headless man across the river that just wants to find what he lost. There's a story of 3 burglars that they had a big armed robbery. Then they came here while they were dividing it up, drinking. They turned on one another. And you could still hear them arguing in the distance at night. We've tested that multiple times and haven't really heard 3 strange men, but definitely felt weird vibes. But yeah, it's such a treat just to be out here, enjoying the morning. Some places don't have that anymore. That blind really hides in. I'm a little turned around because I'm trying to find that little camp. There's the main trail. If you come off this for a little bit, I saw it off of the main trail. Okay, the river's there. Yes, there is alligators and crocodile. Very rare crocodile, but mostly alligator. And also giant boar. But I got my boots on. No, the alligators, I'll just run in a zigzag, and giant boar, I would definitely run up a tree. I'm pretty shifty myself. Okay, there it is. Found the hunting blind, guys. Oh, there's the cardinal again. The Ohio bird. I called out earlier to make sure there was no one here. I was not trying to get shot. I'm in a white shirt. But look at that. A little camp. Has trees in it, or trees in it. Has chairs up in the tree and everything. Wow. An awesome spot. Oh, protected by lots of thorns. Oh, the alligators are over by the river. I'll make sure to get us a good view. I appreciate the people showing love and coming in. Whenever you can, if you pop out, drop a comment or a like on my newest Dogman video. Y'all are some good people. I try to reach back to all the comments, at least the positive ones. I let my army of trolls troll the trolls. I don't know what that was. It sounded like a scream. But again, it could have been a car screech from a long distance away. Pure serenity out here. It's like a comic book coming to life. All my sci-fi favorites, they all have some kind of route to a simple adventure. Lots of lizards squirming in every direction. As long as there's no rattlesnakes coming at me, I'm alright. I'd love to see them from a little safe 4 feet away. That's my garbage over there. I'm gonna pick it up. I left ribs and a blanket out here. So I'm super excited to see if it yields results. I'm gonna come back here in a few days and see if they're still here. I'm also gonna leave a couple more gifts, because that's what it's about. The ribs are still there. If anybody hasn't heard about the Void Cat, please check it out. The trailer is on YouTube. It drops October 31st. I am one of the main characters, the Void Cat. It's about an ancient cat god curse. So it's very similar to a dogman werewolf. Any cryptid lover, paranormal researcher will love it. I also was in the movie Zillafoot that just got put into Walmart, Best Buy, FYE, Amazon. And it's pretty funny itself. I enjoyed it a lot. The sequel's coming out soon. Jack McClellan, my buddy, is gonna be directing it. The 3 characters in my scene are gonna be the 3 main characters in the movie. Gonna be magical. This area is called Look and Tremble. When it's not flooded, it's actually white water. A lot of people don't know there's white water in Florida. The Panhandle holds many secrets. I've seen things that people say don't exist. I've heard things that I should have never heard. Things have entered my mind that were out of my control. It's truly spooky. And Japola translates to sweet water. So that is the Sweetwater River, which is really cool. I kayak there all the time. There are big gators, venomous snake, giant alligator, snapping turtle, even bull shark spotted there. That was a pretty cool bird call. It'd be something if I saw something very threatening up ahead, because that's the way I gotta go. I'd probably ditch the boots, swim across the river, and try to hike it to Lamb Eddy, a boat landing. I also found tons of cool glass and mason jars that I have to load back up. That'd be something if they were all gone when I get back. I'm gonna leave Hawaiian baby wood rose seeds next time, which are poisonous if you digest them. But if you just chew on them and spit it out, it creates a psychedelic trip. So if somehow I can leave the energy of positivity with them, we have a chance. I saw a white thing in the sky earlier. I cannot confirm if it was a plane or a spaceship. So I guess UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, would be the right clarification. A lot of people say don't hike alone, which you gotta take all precautions. Just make sure people know where you're at. Have some kind of protection. Bring water. And keep the vibes positive, because negativity multiplies and magnifies out here, and things go sideways quick. DMT, LSD, mushrooms under a full moon, they all can be used to bring you closer to the Creator and these strange creatures. The Native Americans, the ancient Africans, the ancient Asians, the indigenous Australians, they all use those tactics to communicate with the Yeren, the Yowie, all the other strange creatures of the night. The Hawaiian baby wood rose seeds can be used Oh, something's attacking my leg right now. I don't know if it's fire ants got in my boot, but it stings. I just ripped some of my skin off. Oh, fire ants are really dangerous in Florida too. If you're allergic, you are screwed. I have so many scars on my legs from them. I love seeing these little trails. Meditation, fasting. There's this sweet orange cat outside my house the past few nights, just purring up a storm. What's up, girl? Yeah. Aw, you're such a sweetie. Yeah. Come here. Well, it looks like something got a hold of it on its back. Luckily, it's healing up pretty well. But she's such a sweetie. Yeah. What's up? What happened to you? What happened to you on the side? You okay? Here's some food. Let's get her away from these ants. Ants love cat food for some reason. Right here, right here. I think she's more happy about the pets. Yeah. What's up? Eat. Right here, eat. Eat. Aw, you're such a sweetie. Yeah. What you doing? You crazy goof. You crazy goof. I'm gonna get some peroxide for your back, okay? You'll be okay. She's a soldier. Yeah. Eat your food. This is Pete Wheeler. Patty Wheeler. Yeah. If you stick around long enough, my mom might have to take you. You're such a cutie. Yeah, it looks like a dog got a hold of her. Maybe some kind of big snake. Good girl. She's friendly. Comes right up on my porch too. Oh, yeah. You're fun. The Egyptians worship cats for a reason. Their purrs can heal bones. They have a special type of quartz in their pineal gland. And when they vibrate with the purrs, it magnifies. It's special stuff. See you in the next life, y'all. Are you on TikTok live right now? Nice. Follow Bigfoot Anonymous. Yeah, that's awesome. Nice catch, bro. Is that your guys'? Look at that, that's a beast.
Yeah, that's a good mullet.
Yes. Look at that. That's dope. That's dinner.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, follow me on Bigfoot Anonymous, and I'll definitely follow you back too. That's what's your guys' username? Dope.
I have a backup in this one.
Nice. You need them these days, you know. Well, just comment on one of my things or DM me just so I know it's you guys. I know I've seen you guys at the game store too, of course. I think I got a shark tooth. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yes. 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 Got one. Oh, yeah. That one I kind of saw. It looked like one on the surface, so I just scooped and boom. Got a shark tooth. Yeah, no worries. Mom, I got a shark tooth.
Apparently you found a place to look.
Yeah. It was just lucky too.
That's a whole tooth.
Yeah.
Here, I'll hand it right back.
Can't believe Josh threw some of yours out. I'd be like, you work so hard. Yeah.
I know tiger shark teeth aren't very big, but if I could just find them all day, I'd be happy.
I'd be happy.
That's one of my favorite teeth.
Yeah.
I'll walk over there and first spot.
Yeah, go ahead. There's a zillion scoops out here, you know?
Go ahead and close.
The flesh of the unguided and non-believers fuel this void.